Hi, my name is Stacy. This is my wife, Debbie. And we'd like to tell you a little bit about how Jesse helped us buy our beautiful house. Well, originally my wife connected with Jesse, and she'll tell you how she connected with him.
I was searching for homes online, and Jesse reached out and offered to help.
We wanted to not sell the condo first, but Jesse advised us to go ahead and sell the condo first to be able to put the money down to buy the house. And without having that leverage at that particular time, we would have not been able to purchase the house. It's way more complicated than you could possibly imagine. And Jesse was able to navigate all the players. There's a lot of people involved when you're selling a house. From the people that the HOA organization, if you were in an HOA, you have to work through an escrow office who has a lot of things to navigate that I didn't even know existed. And Jesse's super knowledgeable about all these hurdles. And one after another, he'd be calling us, and our conversations were daily. And it would be, if it wasn't one thing, it was another thing, and it was, oh my God, how am I ever going to get through this? But he was very calm and very educated and knowledgeable about what he does. And we could ask him, we could tell him we have this problem, or he'd come back and say, you have this problem, and how we're going to navigate it. And he'd come back with a plan, and he'd tell us, he'd walk us through the whole steps, and we'd be on to the next problem. Until eventually we got through all the hurdles, and we were able to purchase the house.
He was able to give us the direction we needed and keep us moving at a good pace to help us get to our goal, to meet our goal.
Absolutely. There's a lot of timelines that things need to be done in a timely manner in order to close a deal. And we had no idea how to close a deal. And if you don't do that, you lose out, and then you have to start the process over, and we didn't want to do that.
There are a number of professionals involved as well, and
Absolutely.
He had those people available and called them in to help us get the process done.
Right. Need an inspector? Bam. Need an appraisal of this? Bam. Checking up on records, see what was done, see what needed to be done. Negotiations. This person wants this, and what I want, what they want, and you have to come together and meet and come in the middle somewhere. And so we didn't know about negotiations and how that worked, and he walked us through all that, and it was quite an experience, I must say.
And it was done at a fast pace.
Yes, it was. They did it at a fast pace because we had to buy a house after this, and we had another sale coming after this, and we needed to get things going, and Jesse was right on top of it. So, knowing what I know now, and knowing what he's taught us, we would know that a contingency buying a house is not realistic in this time. And the sale of it was necessary, and in order to purchase the house. We had no idea what contingencies was, all that stuff and all that language, but he explained everything, every little detail, and walked us, like I said, walked us through it. But without this navigation, we couldn't have done it. So we moved out. We moved someplace to rent for a little while because we needed to buy. We didn't have a house at the moment. So Jesse knew this. He knew that we wanted to get into a house right away. But I also asked Jesse for a lot of things. The house I wanted needed to be very specific. I wanted a quiet place. I wanted a place I could grow a garden. I wanted to grow some chickens. I wanted to raise some baby little goats, miniature goats. And I wanted, I wanted all these things, and then the next part of it is I wanted it in the bridle path where we moved to. A specific environment that had a bridle path with all equestrian and all the things we wanted. So I asked for all these things, and when we started looking for it, there was nothing. There was zero. Nobody was selling into the house. Everybody else liked to live there too. But Jesse went, and for 6 months, and it took us about that long to find the house. He marched over the entire bridle path area and found several houses we looked at. And he would guide us on this, and he would tell us, we know this house is okay, and this has this and that. And then at the last moment, where I was about to give up, he found another place that he had found he'd found it over 6 months ago. but we didn't go look at it because it was not available. And then when it came available in the most amazing way. We were ready to just move, and this house opened up like the sky. So we met the people, and he introduced us to them, and they liked us. And we had all our ducks in a row because Jesse had set us up for it, and we were able to make this amazing purchase, and I can't thank him enough for that. We already developed a really nice relationship when we sold, and this is part of the reason why we kept Jesse. My wife worked with him on a daily basis, and because there was, in my job, I didn't have time to be able to manage these things, and she was able to get a little extra time in there. So on a daily basis, then after work, and we would meet with him, and we would go to sign papers here and sign papers there, or discuss business. It is so important to have a good relationship with your realtor. I've dealt with the realtors in the past and had a difficult time with them. They didn't have it didn't seem like they had the skills to do what I needed to do. And basically what I wanted wasn't what they wanted, and I ended up working with them through a deal, and after that I let go of that guy because of that reason. He didn't get anything I really wanted out of the whole thing. So that the difference between the realtor experience I've had before and with Jesse is he had all the qualities I wanted. He was personable, he was punctual, he was on time, he made commitments and held those commitments. He worked super hard to get the house. The other guy didn't seem to have these characteristics. So I was very thankful to be able to get Jesse, and I'm very thankful for my wife who was able to find Jesse. And funny enough, the house we actually found, the beautiful house we moved into, was actually sold by Jesse as well, because he found that house in the middle of a place that you couldn't find a house. And he introduced himself to those people who were very nice people. We really enjoyed meeting them and buying their house, and they liked us. And it was all because of Jesse bringing us together as people that we were able to do it. And I had none of these with the other transactions I had. Jesse, super reliable, super tenacious, will not give up on it, and I would almost call him a hound dog, because I think he is so persistent, and so much once he gets on a trail, wow, you can't get him off it. So I admire that, and if I was to buy a house or sell a house again in the future, I would definitely use Jesse again. After all this, and we moved in. Then we had another condominium to sell. We weren't sure if we wanted an open house with it, but Jesse directed us in the correct way, and we had the house set up in a way and cleared to make a good presentation. And with that, he sold the house. He sold it quickly because we wanted to get out of there and move that house as well. It was an easier sell because we already knew Jesse. And we'd already bought from him and sold and bought another house with him. So really it was almost like part of the family at this time, because we spent so much time on the telephone, and without that it made the pressure of buying the house evaporate. Selling a condo, buying the house, selling another condo, all took place within about 1.5 years. I would say if you're looking for a house and you know what you want, and you don't know how to go about getting it, which you may think you do, but when you try and look to do these things, it's more difficult than you could possibly imagine. I would definitely look for an expert, and somebody who knew exactly what they're doing, and is a good personable person to work with, and that's Jesse. That's who I would. So I can only recommend Jesse because we've had such good experience with him, with all these transactions. He's wow.
So whether you're buying or selling, let's embark on this exciting journey together. Reach out to me today and let's make your real estate dreams a reality.